how did one woman fool the most famous magic society on the planet? An act of illusion to trick the magic circle, an exclusive group that includes David Copperfield and Dynamo amongst its members. It used to be men only, but months before women were allowed to join, one infiltrated its ranks. This is her story.
In 1991, teenager Raymond Lloyd was one of the Magic Circle's rising stars. His greatest trick being that he was actually a she. More than 30 years ago, Sophie Lloyd infiltrated the society half a year before it voted to let women in.
It did the magic in gloves, which was so hard to do, especially sleight of hand with gloves is very hard. And I had to obviously feign a bad voice.
Right, that was the key, was it? You had a cold or something?
No, I suppose say about my throat, I've got laryngitis.
After the Circle announced it was changing its men-only rule, she made her big reveal and, somewhat ironically, they kicked her out. The idea was actually born out of a double act. Sophie, who was in fact an actor, only got her hands on a membership certificate after magician Jenny Winstanley, who sadly died a few years ago, invented the idea of Raymond.
We got a letter that said, you know, where he'd been expelled. Jenny was hurt, and then she was snubbed by the people she actually knew. So that was hurtful. However, things have really changed now.
Sophie had actually never done any magic before she met Jenny, who had wanted to join the circle herself, but recognised that it would probably only work with a much younger woman posing as a teenage boy. And really proof of how convincing it was came in the circle's response when they found out members were incandescent about the deception.
More than 3 decades later, the Circle has tracked Sophie down to apologise and reinstate her membership.
They've made good of something that was wrong, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Even today, only 5% of the Magic Circle members are women. And while the original justification for men only was that women just can't keep secrets, Sophie, or should that be Raymond's story, perhaps suggesting it was the men here back then who could have done with keeping quiet. Katie Spencer, Sky News.